Hi, I'm Jonathan Metter, and one of the things we love to do is to get out to train shows and see people face to face and talk to you in person. Of course, that's not happening right now, but we're really glad that there's technology available where we can do the virtual World's Greatest Hobby Show on tour right there in your comfort of your own home. And of course, one of the great things about being at a train show is getting to see all the cool new products, and we don't want to disappoint you there. So we've got a few products here to show you today. These are the first few of our new items for 2021 that have already arrived in the US and are on their way to retailers, should be on the retailer shelves as we speak. And you can see them there or see them on our website. We've got a nice new Pennsylvania and Rio Grande Ore Car, and for this year we have the ore loads, which are very realistic and lightweight. Those are factory installed. We also offer those separately for your older cars that didn't come with ore loads. They make a great addition. So I think those will look great on your railroad, whether you're running east or west. We've got something for you. And we also have a beautiful new hopper car decorated in the Union Pacific paint scheme with the very popular flag logo that Union Pacific has just become synonymous with that flag logo. And that also carries a coal load, which again is lightweight and removable and available separately for your older cars as well. And finishing up for our first 4 new freight cars of 2021, a nice Santa Fe boxcar in the popular mineral red or boxcar red paint scheme. And of course, like all of our boxcars, has a nice sliding door that latches shut nicely, and has that big Santa Fe circle cross logo and the shock control logo. So this is a really interesting and colorful paint scheme. And I think you'll see a couple more things as we get into this as well.
Well, like Jonathan mentioned, welcome to the show. And one of the benefits of going to shows is usually we can hand you one of our massive 220-page G-scale catalogs, or one of our new item flyers where we show you all the new items coming from PIKO this year. Since we haven't figured out how to get those directly to you, we'll have to ask you to go ahead and check them out at your retailer, or you can look it online at PIKO-America.com and download it and page through it yourself. Either way, there are ways for you to get it for yourself, and we'll just show you some highlights here if we can. One thing we want to mention, over 70 new G-scale only items are coming from PIKO this year, and that doesn't even cover some of the new surprises for HO scale that we'll talk about in a bit. We've got some locos obviously, and some starter sets that have our RC system in it. They're similar to sets we've had before, but they are going to come with RC control, and people love that little remote. We've got a bunch of locos, and one of my favorites here is this Union Pacific. PIKO actually spent the money to pay a very respected painter and artist to paint the elk logo, or a logo similar to the elk logo that Union Pacific actually used back in the 1800s. So this is a painting that's gorgeous artwork, very reminiscent of what Union Pacific actually did in their advertising. You're going to really want to see that in person. It is beautiful, so we can't wait to show it to you in real life once you get to see it. Moving on, we've got some ore cars and hopper cars. We mentioned earlier that the ore cars and hopper cars this year, we've gone ahead and put a lightweight load in there for you. That's a little bit new, although we've always had those loads. You can add them to your older cars, but they come with this year. In our Warbird series, we've gone ahead and added a few cars to our Warbird series where we are honoring the greatest generation. They did a lot for us, and we wanted to honor what they've done during World War II. So there's some great planes if you're a collector of planes, and of course some wonderful photo quality artwork on there, so we think you're going to like those a lot. Moving on, we've got of course some popular flat cars and the Union Pacific series, but really many of you are going to love this. Right here, PIKO is producing R3 switches this year. R3 is a medium range or medium sized switch for you. Our R3 is 6 foot diameter, and nobody on the market, not that I can think of, or at least none of the big manufacturers, has a medium diameter switch for you. Many people have R1s. We have a 4 foot, obviously. PIKO also makes an 8 foot and a 10 foot for those of you with some massive locos, but nobody on the market really has this medium size. So It's a perfect size for those of you with a small amount of space but want a bit bigger of a switch. So we've got a 6-foot diameter switch coming later this year that you'll want to see. And of course, it's made for the great outdoors, just like everything PIKO makes for G-Scale. Also on the European side, we've got this great big new BR50. It's got some decorations and some tooling differences from the ones you've seen before, as well as the digital things that people love with the digital version. It's got the coal load that goes down as it's used up by the engineers and the folks inside the engine, and of course you can reset it to the top. Over here, people that are familiar with Europe and Germany in particular will love this new glass train that's coming later this year. Tourists used it all over the place, and it was a self-propelled car, basically, where sightseers could go, travel the Rhine River, go through the mountains in Germany and Europe, and take all the photos they want. There's glass on almost every surface above where the people's waists are, so there's tons of ways to get great views of the countryside and the settings, and that is coming from PIKO and G-Scale. So that's another great one. And then the loco down here, you may not see it as well, but I'll go ahead and put it here. The Railjet or Railjet, this wonderful two-tone red paint scheme for passenger cars, very popular through Germany and Austria and a bunch of other places in Europe. It is a great looking paint scheme that's coming later this year as well. So those things we think you're going to love. And again, you're going to have to get your hands on one of these either from a retailer or you can download it from our website.
And one of the things you can always count on at the PIKO booth at a train show is seeing trains not just on the shelf, but trains running, and that always gets attention. So we can show you some trains running with a nice Denver and Rio Grande Mogul loco with some cool sounds and smoke and light features, pulling our little train of the first 4 new freight cars for the years. So let's get the bell going and a couple toots of the whistle. And we're on our way.